Hello, welcome back. My name is Leah, and I am a career changer trying to enter into the world of financial planning. I am documenting my journey to share with you in hopes that I can help you some way in sharing what I'm doing in real time. I am also documenting my journey for myself so I can look back on this and see how far I've come. I am not currently a financial planner. I am not currently a certified financial planner professional. I am someone who does have a certificate in financial planning and is trying to enter into the industry. So the purpose of this video is just to share exactly where I am at now because I'm a lot farther than where I was previously. Um, so, like I said, I do have my certificate in financial planning, and right now I'm working on getting experience hours. So, as I stated in a previous video, and I'll link that video below, um, I took the educational piece of the financial planning journey back in 2011. It is now 2022. That is a huge gap. In between there, I did a 6 month stint at a life insurance, not really a life insurance company. I did a 6 month stint with a well known company, but I was working specifically for a financial planner and not the company itself. That planner worked primarily in insurance. And that was my first experience in the industry. I believe that every experience is a learning experience. I It wasn't a good fit for many reasons. But I did learn some things there. At that time, I was able to get my life and health license for my state, though I did not keep it, and now I don't know if I can ever get it again. But that's another thing. Um, but I was able to learn more about insurance. I think that it wasn't a good fit for me, one, because personally that planner was going through some things in his personal life that was very prominent in his professional life. And so that was one. I mean, from day one, it was appalling. And then two, just our philosophies were different. I think there was some motivation there based on compensation and not just compensation, but getting the highest commission possible. And I didn't know a lot, but I knew, like, I don't think that everything was done from the right place with the right motives. And so and another opportunity to presented itself for me to leave, and I left. After that, I was not working in the financial industry at all. I really didn't do much with it until 2020, or might have been actually 2021. Until 2021, that's when I decided to pick everything back up. It was something that really never left me. I did some little workshops here and there just on financial literacy for some nonprofit organizations, but didn't do much actually in the industry and anything hands-on with that. And so in 2021, I decided to pick it up. Going through the pandemic made me reflect on a lot of things, and I decided that it was what I wanted to do. And so what I did to get my foot back in the industry was to sign back up for the Financial Planning Association. I had been a member back, when I first completed my educational program, and I rejoined. It was the best decision I could have possibly made. If you are not a member of the Financial Planning Association, and I mean, I'm not getting anything by saying this, but if you are not a member of the Financial Planning Association and you want to be a financial planner, you need to join that organization. It is hands down the best professional organization that I have ever been a part of. And um, it's gotten me to where I'm at now. And I'll share more about that now. But there are so many resources, there are so many connections, there are so many opportunities for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to um, get discounts on all these millions of exams that you'll eventually need to take. It's just been a wealth of resources in more ways than one. So, going back to the beginning of last year, I started out by becoming a volunteer for a nonprofit organization to offer financial mentoring. And I did this in order to get experience hours. Now, this was something that was offered through the Financial Planning Association as a pro bono activity. It was supposed to be for CFPs. I am not a CFP professional. I was told no. Just being transparent, I was told no by the Financial Planning Association. However, I contacted the nonprofit organization directly. I was very honest and upfront and told them I'm not a CFP professional. However, I am pursuing that designation. I do have my certificate in financial planning, and I want to know if there is any way that I can volunteer. And they told me yes, and I've been volunteering for over a year now. So there's that. So I guess one lesson is you don't always have to accept a no. So I'm not volunteering as a representative of the Financial Planning Association. I'm volunteering as myself. Um, and they have a full knowledge of where I'm at in my journey, and it's good. It's very basic level financial planning, general, like we're not giving any and it's not really financial planning, to be honest. It's financial coaching. So we may be reviewing a credit report, going over budgeting, saving, just really basic general stuff. And so I don't feel like nothing has been beyond my scope of knowledge with that volunteering. There are CFP professionals that do volunteer with the organization, so I always have them as a resource as well. So it's not like I'm just out of my pocket. Okay. The next thing I did was to read through the Financial Planning Association boards. Now they have forums with various topics, and I think I was just like on the general forum board. And I was reading through, and someone posted an opportunity to work on a data entry project. I'm like, sure. Now, it doesn't sound glitzy or glamorous, but I'm like, this is getting my foot in the door. And so I responded to the post. I said, I'm available to work on this project for you. And I had an interview with that gentleman. It was for an RIA in another state. I would be reviewing basically a bunch of old documentation from client meetings and entering that into a system. That RIA owner also was an engineer. And so that kind of really appealed to him that I am an engineer. We had a connection there. And he left engineering because he didn't like it. And there's me. And so he brought me on to do the project. And It took a couple months. I entered all the data in. It was really good for me to read those meeting notes because it helped me to learn some things. It's like basically having hundreds and hundreds of case studies right before me. And so that in itself, even though I'm just entering data, that was a great experience for me. So after the project concluded, he asked me if I wanted to stay on. I said, sure. And so from there, I was able to start sitting in on meetings and actually doing the documentation on the meetings, even though I'm not in the same state. COVID opened all this up to me. Um, so I'll be on a meeting virtually doing documentation for the meetings. So I'm getting experience hours. I'm working directly under a CFP, getting these experience hours through documenting these meetings. Um, and so I'm still working with this firm. There's more to it that I don't want to share in this meeting because things are happening in real time and I don't know what the outcome is going to be. But um, it's just great. So my advice is to join the FPA and look at those boards. People are always posting opportunities. And so as a career changer, that is a major thing to be able to get experience hours, especially like for someone like me getting into this industry coming from engineering, and I'm a professional engineer, I'm licensed. So it's a pay cut initially for me. And I've seen a lot of career changers who are in that same situation where financially this is like a pay cut to come into this industry, at least initially. And so people are always trying to figure out how to get hours. Look at those boards, look for volunteering opportunities. Um, Another resource for hours that I'm involved with currently is called amplifiedplanning.com. Once again, I don't get anything for saying this. This is something I'm actually enrolled in. There is a fee for amplifiedplanning.com. It's run by a certified financial planning professional named Hannah Moore. She's also a member of the Financial Planning Association, and she is basically has a well, not for Amplified Planning. She doesn't have a partnership, but she also runs the FPA externship, which I'll talk about because that's another way to get hours. But she runs this separate business called Amplified Planning. You get 20 experience hours per month. You have to do various activities. You're sitting in on a recorded meeting and you have to document the meeting. So being in that program basically taught me how to document meetings because I had never documented a meeting before, but it taught me how to document meetings thoroughly. When I did my first meeting for this RIA firm, the owner was so impressed with my notes, and the only way I knew how to do that was through amplified planning. So you have to document meetings. Each meeting comes with a separate task where you might have to prepare a financial statement or do some type of financial research or do some type of calculations, just various things to help you hone different skills you will need as a financial planner. And like I said, you get 20 hours per month. You'll get a certificate once you complete all the tasks. I will say it takes time. So I kind of try to do it over a week or two. Um, I'm sure you could just sit straight through and do it, but it would take a few hours. But once you complete all the tasks, you get a certificate. You enter your hours in on the CFP Board's website. And then once you provide their certificate of completion that you receive, once you completed all the tasks for that month, then the CFP Board will credit your experience hours to your account. And I'll probably talk about that in a different meeting about getting set up with the CFP Board. But that's another way to get experience as a career changer. The last way is the Financial Planning Association externship. Once again, that is run by Hannah Moore. Girlfriend is phenomenal, okay? She's out of Texas and she really is passionate about helping new planners. And so that externship was beyond anything I've ever experienced. It was beyond the educational program. It was just phenomenal. With the externship, you're going through each of the different categories of financial planning. So each week is on a different topic. You have various speakers, and I mean, these are top-notch speakers, okay? Like nationally known financial planners. And I mean, not all of them, but there are nationally known financial planners that are speaking, but all of the speakers are good, period. Whether they're well known or not, they were all good, okay? And so they're sharing, I mean, and transparently, like transparently sharing their stories, telling what they did, telling what works for them and what doesn't work for them, telling how much they charge, how they charge, why they made that decision. You have access to them. You have access to ask any questions that you may have. It was just, and it does cost a fee. It's last year was $197. I believe it's the same this year, but it should be thousands of dollars, to be honest. Like, it should be thousands of dollars. So that $197 is nothing. I was able to get e-money certified by taking the externship. You have homework every week. It's very rigorous. I mean, you're going to spend about 20 hours per week doing the externship, but you have meetups with people in your area. So like, you meet virtually via Zoom, you go out into breakout rooms over Zoom, and you'll actually get to connect with people that are in your area. So it was just phenomenal. And last year, I believe we got either 160 hours or 180 hours. I think it's around the same this year. But if you have the opportunity, registration is open right now. This is this is April 2022 if you're watching this video. So registration is open now. You don't have to be a financial planner yet to enroll in that. Go ahead and look that up. It's called the FPA externship. Well worth it. And even if you're like on the fence of, oh, I don't know if I want to do this or not, this will be a good way for you to figure that out. So those are the ways I'm getting experience hours. I don't have an exact count of how many hours I've acquired now. I would definitely say it's over 1,000. With getting the hours you need, there are two different tracks. So if you're working directly for a financial planner, you only need 4,000, and if you are not, then you need 6,000. And so I have about a little over 1,000. So I still have a long way to go, but I hope that helped you. If you have any questions about other ways to get experience or anything that I discussed, please let me know. I hope to share more in future videos. I think the next video I'll be talking about the Series 65, and stay tuned for that. Take care.